Hey y'all, what's good, what's poppin'? I'm really excited to get into this video today because I'm gonna be doing a review, first impressions, demo, and wear test on this e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. If y'all follow my channel for a while, I did a review on their Camo CC Concealer, the original one that they came out with a while ago, and I was really impressed with that formula. So I was interested when they released this product to see if it performs similarly at all, to see if I'll like it just as much as the concealer. And in addition, everything about this launch was just giving me IT Cosmetics CC Cream vibes, which I've mentioned it a few times on my channel, but I don't feel like I talk about it a lot. But actually one of my go-to foundations is the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I really love that formula, but what I really don't love about it is the price point and the shade range. I need to buy two separate shades to find my perfect match. When I saw that they released this, I was really excited to see if this was a cheaper dupe for that, because this is almost a third the price. So I'm really excited to get into this and try it for y'all and see how it performs and see if it's anything like my favorite IT Cosmetics CC Cream. So if y'all are interested in that review, seeing my opinions and seeing a full demo and wear test on this product, be sure to stick around till the end of the video. Before we get into it though, I just want to say thank you to all my new and returning subscribers out there. Thank y'all so much for sticking around, patiently waiting for me to upload content and for helping me to grow my channel. If you are new here and you haven't already, just be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button and click the bell button as well, so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. And with that being said, let's get into it. So like I said, when I saw e.l.f. Cosmetics was dropping this, I immediately thought of the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. Now, as you can see, I have two here. First of all, the packaging is very similar. They got a very similar vibe going on here with the packaging. It looks like they kept basically the same design, but just swapped out some of the colors, not shading them. They also offer a similar amount of product. This one offers 1.05 ounces of product, whereas these ones offer 1.08 ounces of product. So this one offers 0.03 ounces more product, but it costs $25 more. So before I do the application and the wear test, I just want to do a rundown of the product for y'all, see the claims they're making, see what we can expect from this. So on the website it says, ditch your basic foundation. The e.l.f. Cosmetics Camo CC Cream is a color correcting cream that is the only product you need to achieve a natural looking complexion, but with full coverage. A multitasking dream cream infused with collagen, peptides, and niacinamide, known to plump, hydrate, and smooth the appearance of your skin while protecting with SPF 30. So it claims to be medium to full coverage, and it claims to give a natural finish to the skin. Like it said, it is a makeup product with skincare benefits. So if you turn around the product and look on the ingredients list, you have a nice range of antioxidant ingredients, including vitamin E, vitamin B3, also known as niacinamide, vitamin B5, also known as panthenol, and it also includes vitamin C in the form of ascorbyl palmitate. In addition to these antioxidant ingredients, there's other skin-loving ingredients in the formula, including collagen, glycerin, hyaluronic acid, and two different types of peptides. And these ingredients all just work together to help hydrate the skin, plump it up, and give it a bouncy, healthy, smooth appearance. And like the product mentions, it also contains an SPF of 30, and this formula contains a mix of both physical and chemical UV filters. So on the chemical end, we have octinoxate, and then for the physical UV blockers, we have titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. So having said that, I am curious to see if this does give a flashback during flash photography. So hopefully I'll remember to take a photo with the flash on so I can see what, if any, flashback there is going on with this product. Compared to the IT Cosmetics CC Cream, this does a little bit better in the shade range department. This comes in 20 shades, whereas the IT Cosmetics CC Cream comes in 12 shades. And personally, I am using the shade medium 330W. That is what I'm currently wearing on my skin now, with just a little bit of bronzer. You'll see when I get into the demo, but I think I should have gone with something a little bit more on the neutral side. I do think it is just a little bit too warm, but that's more of an undertone issue. As far as the actual shade, it's not too light or dark for my skin tone. It looks pretty good on my skin. Like I said, it's just a little bit too warm, but I mean, that could be resolved by just getting one with a neutral undertone. They have decent range of warm, cool, and neutral undertones. And then of course, being an e.l.f. product, it is cruelty-free and vegan. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it, but this does retail for $14. I did see a lot of people mentioning that they did feel like that was a little pricey for an e.l.f. product, and I can kind of understand that sentiment, but I mean, it's not just a basic foundation, and considering all of the ingredients that they have included in here, I do think that $14 is a fair price for this product, especially considering you get over 1 fluid ounce of product. In addition to the CC Cream, they also released a complexion brush with this as well. And y'all, when I'm telling y'all that this collection is giving me IT Cosmetics CC Cream vibes, from the packaging of their CC Cream to this brush, like it's literally like screaming an exact dupe of the IT Cosmetics, their CC Cream and their complexion brush. It literally looks like it's a dupe of the two. I'm curious to see if it performs similarly, because I love the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I love everything about it except for the price. So if I can find a product that performs just as well at a lower price point, that's all I'm asking for. So enough rambling. I think I've talked enough about the product. I'm gonna go ahead and just get into the demo for y'all and show y'all how it applies. Okay, so that's enough chatting about the product. Let me go ahead and get into the demo for y'all and show y'all how it actually applies. Before I apply it though, I just want to go ahead and run through my off-camera skincare routine real quick, just because that does play into how the makeup's going to sit on my face and how it's going to look throughout the review. So I just want to go ahead and go over what I did off-camera skincare wise to prep my skin for application. So I went ahead and washed and cleansed my face, and then right out the shower I just went ahead and applied this Naturium Niacinamide Gel Cream 5%. So this just infuses the skin with a nice lightweight hydration. This is good for oily skin types, which I happen to be. The 5% niacinamide in the formula helps to regulate sebum production and help prevent your skin from overproducing oil. And in addition, this formula includes dimethicone to help smooth the skin over and help to retain moisture. Because it smooths the skin, that ingredient also helps with providing a pore blurring and smoothing effect for applying your makeup on top. And then currently for my sunscreen, I've just been loving this Biore Watery Essence SPF 50, and this applies to the skin beautifully. Unlike a lot of American sunscreens, it doesn't go on greasy or anything like that. The best way I can describe it is it literally just dries down to a natural skin finish. That's all I got going on in the complexion underneath the foundation. I'm not going to go in with a separate makeup primer or anything like that. I feel like I've got that base covered with the moisturizer. So now I'm just going to go ahead and apply the foundation to my face. Like I've been saying, I feel like this is giving me like It Cosmetics CC Cream dupe vibes. I want to see if it is a dupe for that product. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply it the way I normally would with my It Cosmetics CC Cream. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and take it on this Real Techniques Expert Face Brush and just buff it in all over the face. And then once I've done that, if I'm not satisfied with how it blended into my face, then I'll just go ahead and follow it with a beauty sponge to buff out any lines or streaks or anything like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and start pumping it onto the brush head. I'm just going to go one pump at a time because this claims to be medium full coverage. So I'm just going to see how it layers pump by pump. So got some on the brush head and I'm ready to go ahead and just start buffing it in. Okay, so I can already tell that I think I went a shade too dark, but that's okay. I don't really mind having a darker foundation. Actually, it doesn't look too bad once I blend it out. It is a little yellow. I mean, I just went with what looked best from the website and the pictures they had from the shades available, and this looked like the closest match. It's not terrible, just leans a little bit on the yellow side for me, but I'm making it work. So far, just buffing it in with the brush. It takes a little bit of effort to blend in. It is, I don't want to say thick, but you know, it's not watery by any means either. It definitely has a little bit of thickness to it, so you got to work to blend it out. But other than the fact that you have to work it in, it applies beautifully. I'm not really seeing any brush strokes or anything like that. Okay, so that's what one layer looks like. I would definitely say that this is medium coverage with just one layer. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with another layer and see how much more coverage I can get, because I do have some stuff peeking through here on my forehead and a little bit of discoloration right here on this cheek as well. But otherwise, everything else is evened out pretty well. I mean, I had some redness going on this cheek and a little bit over here, and it seems to do a good job of color correcting, canceling out the redness. I'm not upset at the coverage that this is already giving me, but that being said, one layer is only gonna give you medium coverage. It's not full coverage. As for the finish, it does lean a little bit matte when it finishes down, but it still does have some radiance, some glowiness to it, and it applied really easily with the brush too. I was afraid that it might look a little streaky. I might have to go in with the beauty blender, but like I said, you do have to work at it a little bit. It does take a little bit to work in, but once you actually take the time to work it into the skin, it blends in seamlessly and doesn't have any streaks. I'm impressed at how it looks with one layer. I'm curious to see how much more coverage I can get by building it up, so I'm going to go ahead and go in with another layer. So again, just taking a pump on the brush head. Okay, so I definitely think I went a little bit too heavy with this second layer by accident. I think I did like a half pump for the first layer and then I did a full pump for the second layer. So I do have quite a lot of product here. So I will have to go in with a sponge to blend that out. So I'm just taking a damp beauty sponge. I'm gonna go ahead and just bounce that around to soak up the excess product. Okay, so I went ahead and buffed out the complexion with a sponge, and this is what we're looking like now. So this is 2 layers. I'm loving how it looks on the skin. Looking at it now in the mirror here on my compact, it's not completely matte, but it's not dewy at all by any means. It does still have a little bit of radiance though, which I love. It doesn't look completely dry or flat. It doesn't make your face look lifeless. It covers everything really well. I'd say it's just short of like a full coverage foundation. I do still see a little bit of pigmentation peeking through up here on these spots and just a tiny bit here, but it's like really not noticeable. noticeable. I have the mirror so close to my face to notice it. If I pull it away just a little bit, it's really hard to notice. So overall, the coverage is really great. It gives you nice medium to full coverage if you decide to build it up. As far as how it sets on the skin, it doesn't feel tacky once it's fully set. As far as how it looks right now, it's not bunching up in my under eyes at all. My smile lines are good, forehead's good. My pores, now this might just be the moisturizer, but my pores are blurred out as well. They're looking really nice. My skin just looks nice and smooth over. That's how 2 layers looks right off the bat after it sets. This is what we're starting with. I really love how it looks. I do just want to go ahead and do a light beat just to see how it plays with other products, see if it lifts at all when you layer anything on top. So I'm just going to take this Fenty cream bronzer in the shade Macchiato to bronze up my complexion, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my brows with the NYX Control Freak Clear Brow Gel just to set those in place. So here's the finished product, just my little basic everyday natural look. So I just went ahead and did my normal bronzing routine, and then I went ahead and applied the clear brow gel to my brows. Honestly, the cream bronzer blended in beautifully with the CC cream. The product didn't lift at all when I applied the bronzer on top. I still have all the coverage going on that I had before. Everything is meshing together nicely. I don't see any additional texture or greasiness where I applied the bronzer. Everything just looks like one nice seamless base. Everything's all melted together. So I mean, I can't speak to every product out there, but at least with the products I use, the CC cream played nicely. It didn't lift at all. I don't have any funky texture or mixing going on. So this is where we're starting off at. This is how we're looking so far. I am gonna do a little bit of a wear test, so I'll wear this throughout the day, and then I'll check in with you guys later to see how it looks in a few hours. So currently it's just a little bit after 12. I have some things to do. I'm gonna go ahead and handle that, and then I'll check in with you guys later tonight to see how it held up at the end of the day. Also, because this product has SPF in it, hopefully I remember to take a photo with flash on so that I can see if there's any flashback, because that's something that might be of concern. So hopefully I remember to do that. But with that being said, I'll be back later in the evening to update y'all on all that. Alright y'all, so I'm back to do my final check-in of the evening. So I'm here to see how everything held up throughout the day, give y'all my final thoughts on the product, and whether or not I would still recommend it after a full day's wear. Before I start digging into the product and how it's wearing right now, first I want to do a time check. When we first checked in, it was around 12 o'clock. Currently it is now 6 o'clock, so it's been about 6 hours since we first applied the foundation. So this is what it's looking like after 6 hours. I could have gone a little longer for the wear test, but honestly I'm just ready to take my makeup off, wash my face, eat some dinner, get ready for bed eventually. Also, like I said, because there are sunscreen ingredients in the ingredients list, I was a little concerned about whether or not this product did have a flashback when you took flash photos. So I went ahead and took a selfie with the flash on, and I'll go ahead and insert it right here so y'all can be the judge. But personally, I do think that this foundation does have a little bit of flashback for something for daytime wear, or if you're not going to be taking pictures, if you just want to look nice, this is pretty good foundation for that. I just want to say, if you are going to be in situations where you know there's going to be flash photography and you want to be taking pictures, I would maybe reach for another foundation just to avoid the whole flashback issue altogether. Now, as for how that foundation itself is actually wearing on the skin, it still looks really nice 6 hours later. I will say I don't really see my foundation breaking up so much, but what I do see is some of my texture here in my pores is starting to come through. It's not really super oily. Usually my T-zone around this time starts to get oily, and I know it might look a little shiny on the camera. There is some oil peeking through, but it's really not as bad as it could be, believe me. So it's not my makeup breaking up because of the oil so much, but I do see the texture in my pores. They're not as smoothed over as they were before. It seems like the foundation has kind of settled in a little bit, and I wouldn't say it's emphasizing the texture of my pores. They don't look worse than my normal skin, but it's not as smooth as it was when I first applied it. So that is just something I noticed right off the bat. But like I said, for the most part, the makeup's looking good. It's not breaking up. It's not bunching or creasing in my under eye lines. My smile lines are still pretty much intact. Nothing's going on in my forehead. That's creaseless as well. The only area where I see a little bit of issue is right in here in the folds of my nose. I do see the product gathering a little bit, but I feel like that might just be because I didn't blend it out properly earlier when I went to go and blend everything in with the sponge, because I went a little heavy with the brush at first and then I blended everything out with the sponge, and I just feel like I didn't hit in there too well with the sponge, so that might be what's going on. Because honestly, the foundation on the rest of the skin is holding up really well. I still have the same amount of coverage going on as I did before. My bronzer is still intact. Nothing's melting off. My oils have started to peek through a little bit shinier than when I first applied it, but it's not as bad as a lot of the complexion products I've tried in the past. It's pretty good in that regard. I wouldn't be mad at a foundation if it looked like this after 6 hours of wear personally. I really love that it's a makeup product product, but it also has some focus on skin loving ingredients as well. I love that makeup skincare hybrid thing it's got going on. I love that it comes in 20 shades. I do think that they could add a little bit more in the cool range, and I do think they could add a couple darker shades, but I feel like overall for a CC cream, they did a really good job with the shade range. And I just love how it feels on the skin. It's nice and comfortable and lightweight. It gives you a lot of coverage, but you don't need a lot of product. That is my final check-in. Those are my final thoughts on the product. Would I recommend this? Yes, I would. So if y'all have had your eyes on this product and you're on the fence about it, I would definitely say go ahead and try it out. And I know it's kind of impossible to go in stores right now and swatch things. You might be concerned that you're not going to be able to find the right shade for your skin tone. If you buy it from the e.l.f. website, they do have a shade match guarantee. So if you do like the product but you just happen to get the wrong shade, you can return it for the shade that you need. If y'all enjoyed this video review, be sure to go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments below if you've tried this already, what your thoughts are on this product. Let me know if y'all want to see me do a review on any other products in the future so I can keep that in mind when I'm sitting down thinking of ideas for videos to film. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and the bell button so that you can get a notification every time I upload a new video and stay up to date on all my content. And with that being said, I'll be back shortly with a new video. Bye.